Oh yeah, welcome Trucking Vet Media with another live stream tonight, Wednesday night. What is it? June 18, 2025. All right, all right, all right. Sitting here in the beautiful state of Florida. Hot and humid out last few days. It's gonna be hot and humid the next few days. Yeah, a lot different than Arkansas weather, that's for sure. They did have hot heat and humidity there in Arkansas, but down here it's a lot humider. It seems like a lot hotter. I don't know, but it's warm in the wintertime. We don't have the winters we had in Arkansas. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yep. I posted a referral link. There we go. New to streaming or looking to level up? Check out StreamYard and get $10 discount. Yeah. There you go. You might think about doing the live streams. We will get a little bit of money for that. So join StreamYard today and use that referral link. Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, saying oh yeah a lot. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Big Bust. I did a video published earlier on the channel here about Florida, and they busted a CDL scheme where some people. I think it was Bay County, something. It wasn't Dade County. It was, I think it was up where somewhere near Panama City or something up that way in the Panhandle. I don't know exactly. I didn't look up see where it was, but yeah, the people working there in the tax collector's office where they get to renew the license, give out the license. Got busted. They were giving out CDLs to illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, I should say, for money. Yeah, they were making money off of that, giving out CDLs. No testing, no training, nothing. Pay me money, I'll give you a CDL. Yeah, that's scary. Very scary. Even some training. Some trucking schools are kind of scary, putting people out on the road with CDLs, but just think no training whatsoever. Nothing. Not even a written exam, English proficiency test, nothing. Here you go. Here's your CDL. Go get in that truck and deliver this load here, and don't come back till you pick up another load. What's up, Brandon White? ELPL Rider says, and I saw that down there, Florida. Yeah, I think Bonehead Truckers also covered it earlier in the week or on the weekend. I didn't get a chance to do a video till this morning. Well, actually, I started it last night. Didn't get it finished till today, this morning, and published it. Yeah, it's scary, man. Who thought? Nothing. I wonder how much money. They said they recovered $120,000. I don't know where they recovered that from. I think there's two main people at the license office that were busted, and they're facing up to 8 counts, 8 felonies. One's 8 felonies. I think the other one's 7. Plus, there was another mediator involved that was setting up these people. I guess he was paying off to the licensed people to get these other people licenses. Didn't have no sense to get one. So I don't know. That's crazy. Scary. You never know about that big truck right next to you. And there's a big thing going on now with all the non-domiciled CDL drivers getting shut down, getting the English test at the scale house. Can you imagine that, going to scale house and have to read Mary Had a Little Lamb or something? Yeah, that's crazy going on overseas. Iran and Israel, and crazy stuff going on in this world. All the protests going on here in the United States. It's crazy. I don't know. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? I don't know. So what you been up to, Brandon? Anything going on? You're in your neck of the woods. I think Arkansas tried to pass it, but Mike told me they didn't pass it, but Oklahoma did. It's Arkansas. They didn't. They didn't want to go for it, but they voted it down. They should not have voted it down, but they did bring it to light that there is an issue. So some other states will like follow Oklahoma, pass that law. That was crazy. I know, 28 years driving, seeing people can't speak English. Not just, the Mexican drivers. We talk about drivers from Middle East, Eastern European, all those too. So it's not just Mexicans, illegals. It's illegals from the other countries, non-domiciled drivers. You know what I'm talking about. The white global mafia. All right, we got our coffee. And cheers. Cheers, cheers. Yeah, it seems like you've been broke down, Brandon. And my new transmission and clutch. It took a month for a transmission and clutch. I imagine a lot of that were just getting okays to do the work more than the actual work. The actual work don't take that long. It's all the getting the okays to do this, getting the okays to do that, and all that stuff. Paperwork, red tape, mumbo jumbo. That's why it took so long when I was broke down at Thanksgiving a few years back up there in Kansas. The DEF system. It was getting everything, the parts ordered, parts coming in, and all that was the main thing. Once they got everything in, it didn't take that long to work on it, get it ready. Yeah. Other DOT officers been in school since February for the new law. All right. That's a good deal. Good deal, I guess. I'm a member of the Oklahoma Scale House $200 Club. My favorite Oklahoma scale was there 40 West. As soon as you come out of Arkansas into Oklahoma, the big scale up on the hill. Yeah, used to go up there. It didn't matter if I was bobtail. I got videos to prove it. Bobtail, empty trailer, loaded trailer. They pull you up on the scale, make you cross the scale. Then when you get on the scale, they would make you sit there, and they make you sit there and sweat. And one time I had picked up a load. I had picked up a load way over there in the east somewhere. When I forget where it's going, but I hit that scale in Oklahoma, and I was over on. I wasn't overweight, over 80,000. I was over on some axles. It was just the trailer, the truck, or what it was. But yeah, $200. Do not pass go. You pay it here and pay it now, and that's what I did. Had to pay it right there, and $200. And ever since then, I got DOT level 3. Was it the big one? Level 1 inspection, level 2 inspection, level 3 inspections at that scale house. One time they took me back in the garage to do everything. I passed all that, but still, they were messing with me for some reason. Like they were singling me out, but they did. My truck started out in Houston at rush hour about a weekend up here in El Reno. Had to wait for a new transmission to come in. I guess what? Yeah, that's probably what took so long. I had to wait on a part. What was it? Where was I? Was broke down. Came out and had to wait on a part about a week to get there. And so was that? Do you remember where that was at? I ended up ordering it myself. I tracked down the part myself, and it was at. I was broken out in Kenworth, I think. Is it Kenworth over there in Hickory, North Carolina? I think it was. They couldn't find a part, so I got somebody. I think Snowlord said you need to call around yourself, see what you can do. So I called some Peterbilt places, Kenworth places, I think around Greensboro or something, wherever, and they tracked down the part I needed from somewhere, and I got all told Kenworth, I said the part's coming from so and so, they're going to send it down to you, and I all the information, and sure enough, they sent it there. I had to do all that on my own. And at one time, I was broke down in Coachella, California. That truck, the Kenworth I was driving at the time, had that special alternator. Wasn't just your typical alternator you can just order and off the shelf and get it. They had a special order for somewhere. I think it came all the way from North Carolina or Kentucky or something. So that's what was waiting on the part. I was down there about a week, I think. Down there in the desert, broke down in Coachella. Yeah, finally the part came in on I had to move out of the hotel room or something on a Friday that they were, I don't know what they're doing. So I got another hotel room there in Indio, California. I was staying there, I think it was a Friday or Saturday night. And I think I got it that next morning. I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll go back to the truck stop with TA and see what about that time I got a text message from the people at TA said, your part's here. We're going to start putting it on now. So get on up here. I said, all right. So I went on up there and he got done that day. I was back heading east that day. The truck still wasn't right. Still had some other issues, but that was enough to get me back over to Texas, Arkansas, get the rest of the work finished. But yeah, good old trucking. Breakdowns over holidays and everything. I said, what the heck? This sucks. It sucked. I don't miss that at all about trucking. Not at all. Not at all. But that's part of it. Sometimes you just have to deal with it. Go with the flow. I broke down in Laredo, waiting on a part in Laredo that one time. And yeah, I was just, as we were talking about last week, Brandon, down at the Family Garden Inn. And ordered a part. I was down there to Peterbilt in Laredo. And ordered a part. They ordered the wrong part. I didn't check it before they ordered it. They thought I needed something else. I said, no, I don't need it. And they said, your part's in. I said, this ain't the right part. What is this? This is something else. So they said, what? Yeah. So I had to order the other part I needed. It took another 2 or 3 days to get down there. So I hung out in Laredo. That was about a week, I think. You see how she runs there tonight? Hopefully it's all good. It should be good. I hope. I would hope so. After all that. But you never can tell. Nope. But I ain't been doing anything else around here. Just been working every day and trying to keep up on the trucking news. And I'll probably do some of that later on tonight. Trying to get a couple more videos together before I get back to work. I don't know. I think the Texas Trucking Show is coming up this weekend. I wanted to go to that, but I don't know where to go. And that's over Houston. It's a long way from here. Sound like living in Arkansas. It was close to Texas. Here, way far. I think like 500 or 600 miles from Houston to Houston from here. I would like to go to that one year, maybe. Yeah, you know how it goes. Missing all the truck shows. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So another thing that came up this weekend, or right after, or right before the weekend, Trump did the California thing, canceled all that emission stuff. Hopefully, it's gonna end this DEF and TEF and filters and fluids and all these stupid emissions that they have on these big trucks now that causes a lot of issues for a lot of people. You get a brand new truck and be broke down 2 days later with emission troubles. And it's crazy. Costs a lot of people a lot of money. Costs people to go bankrupt. Get out of the trucking industry for that reason. So hopefully, we'll see how it goes, but I don't know. If we can get that going, that'll be a good deal. Big win for the trucking industry. Yeah, let me see if I got that. You want to hear the video of Trump talking? Let me see if I still got it. Now, this is just a press conference. We'll play that. Here we go.
Couldn't be done, but boy, it's had us tied up in knots for years. The California EV mandates would also have devastated our nation's incredible truck drivers and the trucking industry, and I gave you a little bit of a rundown on that. But a diesel-powered semi-truck can drive from Reno, Nevada. I'll give you some other locations. Nevada to Los Angeles, California, and back on a single tank of diesel oil, diesel fuel. But
there you go. Thank you.
The same exact journey would require an electric truck driver to stop also 6 times at recharging stations, adding an estimated 9 hours to discuss a little bit about the trucking industry. Gina Jones, and Gina, a real expert on trucks, I can tell you that. She's going to come up and tell us about
Gina
trucks.
Jones. I don't know what.
Thank you, Dan.
I don't know who she's with. She with the ATA or something? I don't know.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
President.
you very much.
And thank you, members and Congress. The trucking industry has America's back, and we are grateful that a president and the administration that have our back too. Today, trucks are 99% cleaner than a generation ago. We need great partners in government to continue that process. We cannot allow one state's regulations to disrupt our entire nation's supply chain.
That's right. That's true.
Allowing California to do so would have negativity impacted the hundreds and thousands of truck drivers who deliver critical goods across the country each and every day. In order to deliver for American families and businesses, we need realistic national standards.
Yeah.
With the signing of this resolution, Mr. President, you have delivered the leadership that trucking industries need. Promises made, promises kept. On behalf of the 8
Pause for applause.
On behalf of the 8.5 million Americans who work throughout the trucking industry, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Who's Gina Jones?
Great job. So just to wrap it up, I say under the Trump administration, we will restore the full strength, might, and glory of the American auto and trucking industry. We'll protect our truck drivers, auto workers, small business people, and manufacturers all over our country, and actually all over the world, and that's okay too.
That was all that one. Yeah. Go check out that video if you want to. This was like last week or something. Brandon, I think Gavin Newsom already retaliated by putting more restrictions on emissions out there. So I don't know. I think it went up against appeals court and everything else. I want to see who this. Let me see if I can search, see who Gina Jones. Is she with the ATA? Or let's see, Gina Jones. Former, I don't think that's Gina Jones. Is that? I don't think that's the right one. See, Gina Jones. This one is mayor of San Antonio. That's not it. She's the mayor of San Antonio? That's not the same Gina Jones. Let me see. Let me share the screen. We'll try to find out who this is. I didn't find her. I don't know. It's Gina, right? Gina Jones? Gina Jones. All right, see, there's Gina Jones, Gina Ortiz Jones, American politician who has served the mayor of San Antonio, Texas since June. That's not her. That's not her. Gina Jones, mayor. Gina. She was secretary of the Air Force. I don't think that's. I think that's not her. Let's see, Gina Jones, ATA. Is that the? American Truck. There she is. American Truck. And she is with ATA. Gina Jones. Oh, that's her. Yeah, professional driver. Warner and ATA road team member. Oh, she's a truck driver, personal truck driver for 13 years and has accumulated 1.4 million accident-free miles. A professional driver with Warner Enterprises, Jones currently holds a position on the Operation Freedom Fleet. Since beginning her trucking career at the age of 50, Gina has been awarded Warner Team Driver of the Month, 1 million safe miles, serves as a captain on the Warner Road team, and most recently, American Trucking Association's America's Road Team Captain. Wow. In 2021, she was nominated for the Acceleration Award and the Women in Trucking Female Truck Driver of the Year. She won the 2024 TA Travel Centers of America's Citizen Driver Award with her husband, who she teams with. In 2023, Gina was selected to help deliver a U.S. Capitol Christmas tree. Wow. How about that? Gina's a proud military mom and spouse. Gina lives in Peoria, Arizona with her husband, Steve. They have 4 children and 6 parents. That's who was giving that speech there with President Trump. Gina Jones. She's been around trucking for a while. Truck driver for Warner Enterprises. Wow. I didn't know all that. So crazy. Yeah, at least she does have a truck driving background. You're right about that, Brandon. Most of these people they put in there, they never sat behind a truck, behind the wheel of a truck before. So that's good. Gina Jones. Congratulations. See if I got that other let me get rid of this. This is the one about the arrest. I think I got that clip. Let's see, there's that one. There's this. All right, here we go.
So far in what officials are calling an illegal immigrant driver's licensing scheme. 2 of those people arrested were employees with essentially the DMV, with the county tax collector's office in Bay County, where investigators say those employees were offering licenses in exchange for cash. That the folks they were offering them to never had to take the written test, never had to take the driving test. Attorney General James Othmeyer was in Bay County yesterday afternoon with the Bay County Sheriff Tommy Ford as they talked about this case and why they say it's so serious.
These weren't minor shortcuts. These were intentional acts of corruption where individuals paid bribes in exchange for skipping critical safety evaluations. The investigation also led us to arrest 5 additional individuals who are acting as brokers running local businesses that claim to assist with immigration paperwork, but instead arranged illegal transactions and funneled aliens from as far away as Miami to obtain licenses fraudulently. Let me be clear that putting untested, unqualified drivers, especially those with commercial licenses, on our roads is an unacceptable risk to every family in this state. These licenses were essentially sold, not earned. That means we have individuals on the road, possibly operating tractor trailers, who never demonstrated the basic skills to do so safely. It's not a paperwork issue. It's a direct threat to highway safety and a betrayal of the public trust. The scope of this investigation: yesterday we seized over $120,000 in illicit proceeds tied to this operation. Evidence suggests that hundreds, if not more than 1,000 fraudulent driver's licenses were issued as part of this.
120,000 is what they had recovered. How much haven't they recovered? I don't know.
Scheme. It's been ongoing for over 2 years, and this investigation is continuing to be ongoing and will expand statewide as we work to identify those who receive licenses illegally and hold all parties accountable. Each license issued could result in felony criminal charges for the license holder, and our investigation will be expanded by our state partners to hold these individuals accountable. A search warrant was executed yesterday at a business in Callaway called Cubamax, which is involved in processing immigration documents. Again, I want to commend the outstanding teamwork and partnership of our investigators. It's a multi-agency effort with close coordination between law enforcement, the tax collector's office, and other state and local partners. This is the kind of teamwork it takes to root out corruption and protect our citizens. I'd also like to commend our tax collector, Chuck Perdue. As soon as he was made aware of this investigation, he became an investigator himself. He worked with us closely to make sure that these individuals were held accountable. Certainly a difficult situation when individuals in your office choose to do the wrong thing, but the important part is that we hold them accountable when we do that. So, Chuck, thank you for your efforts.
Chuck,
so
let's give Chuck a big round of applause.
The tax collector employees are Bansele Velazou, age 37, of Panama City, charged with 9 counts of DMV employee issuing a fraudulent ID, which is a felony, and 9 counts of official misconduct. Demetrius Smith II, age 30, of Panama City, on 8 counts of DMV issuing a fraudulent ID and 8 counts of official misconduct.
Wow.
And additional charges are anticipated as each fraudulent driver's license can result in additional charges.
That's all I know about.
The intermediaries that we arrested, who were the individuals that the aliens would contact, and they would be referred to our 2 tax collector employees, were a Nirbus Rosales, age 37. She was arrested on 24 counts of principal to DMV fraud and 24 counts as a principal to official misconduct.
Oh,
Leonardo Gutierrez, age 32, of Panama City, 7 counts of principal to DL fraud and 7 counts of official misconduct. Hung Du, age 58, of Panama City, on 36 counts of principal to fraud and 36 counts of official misconduct. Esbredia Para, age 44, Panama City, 7 counts of principal to DL fraud and 7 counts of principal to official misconduct. Zola Gonzalez Pena, age 38, 12 counts. Also arrested but not identified as operating as an intermediary was Myrna Fernandez of Panama City on a charge of unlawful possession of a driver's license. It's believed that Fernandez obtained her driver's license fraudulently yesterday, paying to receive a passing grade on her exam in the skills exam. To those who think that they can compromise public safety for profit, know this: we will find you, we will bring you to justice. And to the people of Bay County, I want you to know we are committed to preserving the integrity of our institutions and the safety of our roads.
That's all of that one. But yeah, Bay County, we're going to look that up. Let me get over here. Let's see. Bay County, Florida. There we go. There it is. Okay, let me share the screen. We'll show you where Bay County, Florida is. There it is, right there. Bay County, let's get rid of this. Bay County, so there's Pensacola right here. And Bay County. Panama City, there's Panama City, Callaway, that's where that one company was at. They busted. Mexico Beach down here. Tyndall Air Force Base right there. And let's see, where's I-10? I-10's up here a little ways. So it's right there off on the Panhandle, the Gulf Coast. Right there. There's blue dot. That's where I'm at right now. So it's over past Tallahassee. It's over there in the southern Alabama section of Florida. Yeah, but they say that people come from all the way from Miami to Bay County to get their CDL. That is crazy. There you have it. There it is. Bay County, Texas, Florida. That's all that was going on. And crazy stuff. This hadn't happened before. I used to hear about this 10, 15 years, probably longer than that, about certain states, people working at license agencies giving out CDLs or passing people on their CDLs for cash. You pay me cash I'll be sure you get your CDL. I didn't have it around Chicago, I think, before, upstate New York before, probably all over the United States. You know, so crooked people. And there's a lot more to it. It's not just issuing a CDL illegally. It's that person with that CDL ill-obtained going out driving a big truck on the nation's highways and byways. And yeah, scary thought. But the past few months, had a lot of undocumented or illegals crashing into four-wheelers, killing a bunch of people, and I think that's what the big crackdown has been lately because of that. But it took them this long to finally do something about that. They could have done it years and years ago, but they didn't. So that's probably, well, that's what I've been working on the past few days, is those videos right there. Yeah. Let me see if I can, there's another one I did last week talking about cross-border freight. Let me see if I can find that one. Trump was involved in this one too. Let me see. Oh, I have that one. What I did with the video. What I did with the video. I don't know what I did with it. I don't have it. What is this one? I don't know what this is. I might not play it. Let's see.
Wintertime, so many trucks that lose traction and get stuck heading through the highest parts of the Rockies. CDOT has tried chain laws and expensive tickets, but say that we still see way too many traffic jams and closures.
Oh, this is a big idea about it. Colorado thinking about putting trucks on trains through the passes over there to the Rockies. I don't know if it's going to work.
That can last hours. Tonight, the problem solvers are looking at a new proposal to get more trucks off I-70 in the winter.
Yeah, what if we put those trucks on trains? This is a picture of how they do it in the high mountain passes of the Austrian Alps, and now it's a real proposal here in Colorado. Rachel Sauer live with what she's learned about all this tonight. Rachel.
Yeah, Jeremy and Christine, well, many people have been there on a busy Saturday during a high ski season or even after a bad crash. But one Amtrak conductor says that he has a plan that will not only reduce this congestion, but also save Colorado some money as well.
After 30 years with Amtrak, Brad Swartzwelter is now retired. But not only is he still thinking about trains.
It's this incurable illness that a lot of us have.
He's thinking about ways to use them to improve people's lives.
Our biggest problem in the state of Colorado, I think by far, is congestion on Interstate 70.
He says every time there's a stoppage on I-70 into the mountains, it costs Colorado nearly $2 million an hour, a number confirmed by the state in a recent analysis, which is why he has a plan, and it follows a model in Austria called the Rolling Road.
Truckers just drive right onto flatbed train cars at a specialized terminal, leave the cab connected, climb into a passenger car where they can get Department of Transportation authorized rest.
He says this will reduce the number of trucks on the interstate from Aurora to Grand Junction, reducing congestion while also reducing emissions.
The train uses about 1/10 of the fuel per ton that the trucks use.
Swartzwelter says he understands there may be questions about the logistics, and Greg Fulton, president of the Colorado Motor Carriers Association, says he is especially concerned about the cost.
And even though you might get a fuel savings and costs like that, it's going to be significantly greater.
He also says the big rigs making the more than 300-mile trip from Aurora to Grand Junction or beyond are not enough to contribute to all the congestion on I-70.
There you go.
A very small percentage of the overall traffic.
Swartzwelter says he welcomes the questions and understands the cost
four-wheelers
aspect
on
of
the
this.
train,
I have no
trucks
problem
on the highway.
going to the taxpayers of the state of Colorado to
They'll
ask them
never
if this
do
is a
it.
good idea or not.
But he hopes it'll pay off in the long run.
It's got to be something that does more than just economic sense. It has to make societal sense. I think this does both.
Exactly. You're stupid.
Yeah, this is still very much still an idea, and he's encouraging people to continue to ask questions and have discussions about it to see if this really is a viable solution for the I-70 corridor. Live in Jefferson County, Rachel Sauer, Fox 31.
Rachel, thank you.
He's one of those people that don't have a clue about the trucking industry. He thinks trucks are just on the highway just to be there, no purpose. So we'll get these trucks, spend all that time. How's long is it going to take to load a train with these trucks? You drive on, leave it hooked up and everything, and you're going to get on a passenger car, take your 10-hour break or whatever. It's ridiculous. And then, what if there's only one truck that shows up? Are you going to put that one truck on this train and send it the 300 miles or so they're talking about? Or are you going to wait till the train is filled up? I mean, I don't know. It just don't make sense. It's ridiculous. You're just going to put the truck on this flatbed car or whatever. You're going to have to chain it down or something, right? I would think. Oh, that's going to take time. So by the time you get to the railhead or whatever, put the load truck on the train and do all that and everything, you can be 300 miles down the road. Wow. But like the one guy said, it's not the trucks that's the issue. Trucks are a small percentage of the traffic to there. It's four-wheelers. Why don't you put those on a train? See how they like that. That wouldn't go over too well, I don't think, with the motoring public. It shouldn't go over with the truck drivers, the trucking industry either. So this dude is, I don't know what's wrong with him. To me, mushrooms are too much of that Colorado wacky tobacco or something. I don't know. It's crazy. So, yeah, it's not a good idea. Not a good idea. I wouldn't do it. It'd be fun for an experience to do it one time, maybe just to ride the train through the mountains and, look the scenery instead of worrying about driving. But if you're in business trying to get from point A to point B to make some money, especially if you're an owner operator or something, you ain't got time to be messing with all that. That's crazy. So take more time and what it's worth, more money. Yeah. That's my thoughts. That's my opinion on that situation. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yes, it is. So what do y'all think? Crazy stuff. Crazy. Now you put the trailer on there. I don't know. That's what we used to do. Where's this place that was somewhere around here, I think, where I was with Epps. We used to pick up somewhere, and we take it to somewhere here in North Florida to a rail yard, and they would drop our trailers, and they would load them up on trains and send them down into Miami area, I think. Can't remember the customer, what the freight was or anything. I remember doing that a couple times. Just go to this rail yard, drop the loaded trailer wherever they told you to load, drop it. Then they had some empties, that came back on the train. And hook up an empty and go on from there. But that was back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I think. I was with Epps. 12 long years I did at Epps. And I was a company driver. And I just got tired of it. Gave it all up. Gave that up. Then I did. Probably still be stuck at Epps. They weren't a bad company. They were a pretty good company. Not too bad. They had a lot of stuff I didn't agree with. Bringing in these young people to run the company. Dispatch. There were some dispatchers that had some trucking experience. Not many, but most of them were just straight out of college or whatever and didn't have a clue what was going on. And they were putting these people in the management positions also, and I didn't care for that much. These people don't have no clue about the trucking industry and put them in these kind of positions. They wouldn't. The truck company, I don't understand it. If you're a retired trucker, I ran across this when I came off the road trying to find a job, dispatching or something I could do at home, load planning or broker. They don't want ex-truck drivers. I found that out. They want to, I don't know why, but they just don't want former truck drivers. One guy I had an interview with, they were going to train you to do all this. And he said, well, what kind of experience you guys? I said, 28 years truck driving. He goes, no, I'm talking about kind of customer service and stuff like that. I said, 28 years customer service. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, well, anytime you pick up a load, you got to deal with customers, shipper. We got to be nice or whatever. No matter if they're mean to you, you got to try to bite your tongue so you get your load. Same way with the receiver. You got to be nice. That's customer service. And he was like clueless what I was talking about. Okay, well, we'll give you a call if we pick you. I said, I never heard back from him. Yeah, that didn't work. Didn't work out that well. But good idea in that recruiting thing I tried to do. It's kind of fun doing that, but they wanted us to tell stories. I said, I'm not telling those stories. I was out there 28 years. I've seen what these truck companies do. And some of the truck companies, they had a bunch of them. They were like a contract recruiter for some of these companies. And some of these companies, I wouldn't dare try to get somebody to go on over there. One of them was, what's that one? The bad one out of Chicago that'll lease you a truck right off the bat, no experience or nothing. I can't think of the name of it. They're terrible, horrendous company. And they were trying to, I'm not going to try to push people over there to that. Even reading the requirements on that company is ridiculous. You had to do this, had to do that. So just take the bus into this town, come to the yard. There'll be a board here at the terminal with a set of keys and your name on it. You just go get the set of keys, go to the truck, and you'll have your dispatch information. So what the hell are they even talking about? What the heck? It's crazy. And no thanks. No thanks. Not me. Not me, Clyde. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. You might go to the Bonehead Truckers Truck Show. I wanted to go, but couldn't make it. I was up in Calhoun, Georgia this past weekend. This went over pretty good, so I guess you're going to have another one next year. I'm pretty sure. I haven't talked to Ike since the truck show, so I don't know. they're going to do it again next year or what? I don't know. I need to get my crap together and start attending some of these truck shows. Try to get some. I'm trying to get some footage. I get a chance. It's been too hot down here. We'll go up to one of the truck stops around here and start getting some footage. Some trucks, maybe some drivers. It's been too hot. I'm not going to stand outside in that heat in this Florida sun and burn up just to get some video. I'll wait till it cools down a little bit. Maybe, well, it might be a few months, but who knows? I might go there one day and just get some B-roll or something. I need to get some B-roll and some pictures and stuff. Yeah, that's what I miss about being on the road. You know, you could always try to get a load to the location of the truck show or somewhere nearby. Yeah, it's hard to do now, especially living here in Florida. I was still in Arkansas, and kind of mid the center of everything, right next to Texas, and Louisville, Kentucky is not that far. The truck shows up in the Midwest are not that far. You know, Joplin, and so they're pretty close to, you know, most of the truck shows anyway. The one they have down here in Florida, over there in Wildwood, I think that's already been this year. I didn't make it again this year. It kind of snuck up on me this year. I didn't realize it was coming so soon. And I said, "Oh, Wildwood truck shows this weekend. Dang it! I should have gone. But I don't know if I could have got off work for that. Or lose a day's work, 2 days work, or something just to go down there after that. So that's another thing I gotta worry about. Yep. I don't know. We'll see. Truck shows. What's today? June. July's coming up. So that July, August, September, October. Is the Joplin show this year or was that last year? I know they switched from every year to every other year. I'm not sure if Joplin's coming up. I doubt if I could make it there. Every time I could have gone, I have a doctor's appointment really close to the show. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I know it's crazy, but yeah. Last Louisville show I was at, man, it was hard on the old man. But I could probably do it a lot easier now since I'm on my feet walking all day at work. You know, I had to build up to it, but man, it took a while. It took a while to get used to that again. After being in the truck for 28 something years, the most walking you do is from the parking lot to the inside the truck stop. So got my walking. I could probably walk a lot better to truck shows now than I could before. Just getting the money to go, getting the money to stay. I can't stay in the truck anymore. I don't have a truck to stay in. Sorry. Give me a hotel room. Screw driving. I like to fly to a truck show or somewhere nearby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did in Louisville last year. A round trip. It was nice. September 25th, 27th. What is that? Oh, that's Joplin? Is that the Joplin show? September 25th. Oh, I can make that one. That's a far drive from here. I don't know if I could drive. I could fly up there, maybe. Tickets don't cost too much. Flying to Springfield, Missouri. Going down to Joplin, get a room for a few days, chill out, get a ride back to Springfield, get a flight back down here. Yeah, I'm not checking that. See how much that's going to cost. I doubt if I had the money to do all that, but sure would be nice. Joplin, I always liked the Joplin show. It's a real truck show. It's not a big commercial industry show. It's an actual truck show. They have the trucks. They used to have the truck burnout. So they had that last time. And I think they had truck pulls or something. And they had a big parade down in downtown Joplin, closed at night. And that one year I was down there with Tex, George and Wendy, and Jamie from she used to be a writer for OOIDA magazine. We were all down there filming these trucks coming down the parade or the convoy coming down downtown Joplin. That's pretty cool. And you got parking there. You park the truck there at the Petro. Joplin. It's right behind the Petro. I did 75 Chrome Shop one. That's the one I wanted to go to this year, but snuck up on me. Been to Gats. I like Gats. I'm sad that Gats went away. That was my favorite. I like Gats better than I did Matt's. Matt's are just so big. You can't. He was there for the whole time. It's hard to cover the whole show. Everything. So big. Gats was, Dallas. So it was smaller. It was still quite large, but I was like Dallas. I was so mad when they canceled it. They canceled it because of the bird flu or whatever. COVID. I don't know. I guess you could say that now on YouTube, and then they never brought it back after that. And I think somebody said they were losing money every year, but they said it was the Louisville one is Matt's. Yeah. I've been to Matt's, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, I think, total. Back when I used to be Papa John's park out there, park the truck out there. You didn't have to leave the parking lot. That was where the party and the food and everything was after the show. And I think one day I stayed there for the whole show. I think one day I didn't even go to the truck show itself. I stayed there in the parking lot. And I think they changed all that here in a couple recent years. Truck shows, parking is somewhere else now, and I don't know. Or the truck parking for the truck show somewhere else. But the one year I had year before last, I had the media pass. They okayed me this year. I applied for it, knowing I probably wouldn't go, but they turned me down this year for the media pass. So I was kind of upset. So, why you okay me one year, next year you turned me down? It was ridiculous. That kind of made me mad. I wasn't going anyway, but still. Snow Lord, oh gee, what is this? What is this? I don't know. Been on here an hour, man. We're just getting over some stuff, some trucking stuff on the new Trucking Vet Media channel. Well, it's not a new channel, but new name, Trucking Vet Media. Yeah. Yeah, I miss Dallas. Snowlord and me hung out a couple of Dallas shows. And I always had a good time at Dallas. Like Dallas. No more. But I think the new Texas show is the one in Houston coming up this weekend. I was wanting to get to it this year, but things happened. Didn't make it. I think that's this weekend. So I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, Snorlord. We was live last weekend or last Wednesday too. Well, I had a few people in. And yeah, just trying to I was explaining last week, just trying to get back into the videos. It's gonna be a slow process to get back this channel the way it was a few years back, but we're gonna hang in there and deal with it. Not gonna let it stress us out. Trying to do the videos and do what we can. Not gonna stress it out. Drinking coffee. Which coffee is about done. And I think I'm about done because we've been on here for an hour. And I think that's probably about it. Let's see if I had something else you want to get into. We'll see what we can do. Oh, it's 3 minutes after, let's see, 1 hour. We'll go until 9:05. If somebody don't come up with something, we'll end it at 09. Well, that's Eastern time. Central time for you Central time dudes. It'd be, what time is it over there? 8:04. 8:04 over there in the Central time zone. The real time zone. Always enjoyed living and working out of the Central time zone. Over here we got Eastern time zone. We're 1 hour in the future over here. So if you want to know something that's going to happen in the future, let me know. Yeah. But it's yeah. See, I got an old CalArts shirt. Still got it. A lot of my CalArts stuff and all that's about done. Central Holiday stuff. I don't have a lot of that around. Some of the t-shirts I used to wear that I wore out, threw them out. A lot of the hats were nasty, threw them out. I threw away a lot of hats. They were just downright disgusting. You know, they were in my collection. I think I did a video on that. I just did away with them. Why keep all these hats? I still have a bunch of them, but I threw away a lot of the old dirty hats. Just got rid of a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But still got the studio set up, got the mics and the camera, the light up there, the green screen. Still good. I didn't get rid of any of that. I'm glad I held on to it. I thought about selling it all, but I said, nah. I'm gonna need it one day. And sure enough, that day has finally arrived. And here I am. Got a new desk. I don't know about this desk. It's a nice desk. It's not really made for what I need, but I got wires all over the place. And it's a nice desk. It was a gift. I had to put it together, so I put it all together, and it's all right. But I had to take part of it off because it wasn't really set out. I don't have a PC. I got 2 laptops I work with, which I still have those. I didn't get rid of those either, but it wasn't made for laptops. It's made for PC and a screen, not laptop. So I had to take part of it off just to make room for the 2 laptops, mic, and all that stuff. But it's pretty nice. It's still a nice desk. Yeah. Oh, I said I was gonna quit at 5 minutes, a minute or so ago, but I think that's about it. Be sure to check out the videos. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. How many likes we got on here? I don't know. How do we tell? Is this 0? I don't know. But you can watch the replay if you want to check it out. Go check all the other videos. Got a bunch of new ones uploaded here recently. And going to upload. Try to get 2 or 3 a week. Maybe more if I can. Maybe do a live stream. Try to keep them on here Wednesday night. And yeah. That's what we're working on. Working. So appreciate everybody watching. Hold on, let me get me. I gotta find me a closing song. Let me see. I need to update. I was talking about this last week. I need to update all this. Intros, outros, do some more, get some new ones. That's why I need to go get some B-roll footage of some trucks and stuff like that. And we'll do all that. Where's the one that Spooby used to like? Let's see. Do I still have that on here? Yeah, I got it. So we're going to play this and reminisce about the old Pale Rider TV channel. But we are Trucking Vet Media now. Still Pale Rider. I'm still Pale Rider. So, but the new channel name is Trucking Vet. I am a trucking vet. And I cover trucking media. Oh, yeah. So I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe.